Welcome back to Edgework, part of the Hammer Betting Network, presented by FanDuel. I'm Zack Phillips, joined here only by Alex Moretto here today to help break down the 3 games on the schedule, give out best bets, answer questions from the chat. Maybe we'll take a look ahead, and look at some of the futures markets out there as well. If you guys have questions about any of those, but Moretto, let's start here before anywhere else. You decided to go toe-to-toe with So Money for the first time last night, and he got the better of you. What the hell happened, and is that something you're willing to do again?
I got in front of the So Money train and I was made to pay. Honestly, I feel good about that bet. I would have made it again. You look at like the box score, that was not a high event game, and it just so happened that we got some atrocious goaltending, especially from Grubauer, which honestly really hated the head-to-head once Grubauer was named the starter. I thought we were going to get to court for sure. Grubauer had just played on the weekend. I was like, all right, we'll get to court here. We'll be good. And then, nope, they go back to Grubauer. And yeah, he was awful. Like, he was awful. Like -4 goals saved above expected. And I had no chance because of that. So good for So Money. But overall, good night for the show. And I think we're about the only show in the world that had a better night than Trump.
Fair enough. What do you think Albert's up to today? You think he's all right?
I think he's weeping.
I think he was sending stuff last night. I mean, he's sending the election bets on like Albert. I don't want a part of this right now. I want nothing to do. I'm staying away. I'm staying away from all of this at this point in time. Thank you though, but hopefully Albert is enjoying his sleep, and we know we won't see him until like 1 o'clock here today. Chance says, you guys worry way too much about analytics. The Jets are a wagon.
They're not a wagon. They're not a wagon.
I was waiting for that.
They're good. They're a good team, but they're not a wagon.
But you know who has a wagon? Charles with his goal scorer picks. Jackson Blake plus 500. We decide not to go with it, and it scores last night. I have it on one of the TVs I'm watching, and then all of a sudden I missed the goal. I look up, and they've got the ticker going by, and it says Jackson Blake. I'm like, no. Go online. Yep, Jackson Blake. I've got our guy Kev tweeting at me that Jackson Blake scored. I'm like, oh, this is just a nightmare. So what a start.
It was a brutal day for goal scorers, though. Even the ones we didn't pick, that was the only one that hit. Like, nothing. No one scored yesterday except for we got Lehkonen and we got Blake, who we didn't bet, but everyone else was no goals.
That's tough. Yeah. Well, let's get it back on the right track here tonight, because the NHL is back and FanDuel is bringing you more action than ever, because everyone knows hockey just hits different. You can load up a power play with the hottest same-game power plays found on the Parlay Hub. Lace them up and follow your bets with player prop tracking, or bet on the fly with the Pulse. The hunt for the cup starts here. Get more from the NHL with FanDuel, North America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers can kick off the season with $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Just place any $5 bet. You'll get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Disclaimer, please play responsibly. You must be 19 plus and physically located in Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-866-531-2600. That's 1-866-531-2600, or visit connectsontario.ca. All right, Moretto, is there a game tonight that you're most excited for? Oh, let's ask that first.
Is there a game I'm most excited for? Well, probably Vegas, Edmonton. Although, like, every Vegas game just makes me miserable because I can't seem to get this team right. So, like, maybe not from a betting perspective. From a betting perspective, I think the one I'm most excited for is Nashville, Washington. I don't think you can pay me to watch much of Detroit, Chicago. That's So Money's team. I'll let him do that. An RW fan, they can go head to head in that one.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, like, on these ones. Obviously, when there's a larger slate, it's kind of nice to be able to bounce around. But then I get into these like smaller ones. I'm like, okay, which one is the one that I'm going to be paying attention to, or I can't wait to turn on here tonight? And there wasn't really one that like jumped off the page for me right away. So I was curious if you had one for tonight. But Vegas, Edmonton, yeah. Outside of that, Nashville, Washington second, and Detroit, Chicago will not touch TV. Normally, highlights of Connor Bedard.
Yeah, that's fair. Normally, when we get these like smaller slates of a few games on these like Mondays and Wednesdays. I normally hate the cards and I hate it. But this is there's actually some like I really like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be firing today, which is pretty rare for a 3-game slate. Like I might have more than 3 bets, which is crazy considering there's only 3 games. I really don't want to do that because like that's a good way to just destroy a hot streak. But yeah, I think that's where we're headed right now.
Well, let's do it. Let's get into those. Let's start here right now with the Nashville Washington game. Nashville tonight plus 102, Washington minus 122, total of 6.5 plus 110 to the over right now on FanDuel. Do you got anything side or total? I mean, I guess if you got more than 3 bets here potentially, I might as well just ask you, what do you have side or total in this game?
Yeah, I got the Caps for sure. Again, I talked about this Monday too with the Preds, but the Preds are just kind of a mess right now, and the Caps are actually a wagon at the moment. I know like their underlying numbers have dropped off a little bit last couple of games, but like they were at a pretty unsustainably high pace, and I think that some of the numbers against Columbus were just the way they were because they got up to that massive lead and just kind of coasted to the rest of the game, which kind of made it look a little bit uglier than it was, but it was definitely not. When you're up 5-0 in the first period, I mean, it's hard to say much about that. So yeah, I definitely think that the price is too short on the Caps here. Good with, I mean, FanDuel, sharpest number in the market. But yeah, I think there's like minus 120 or better pretty much everywhere that you can get. And that would be, that is a bet for me. Again, this is not only just a buy on Washington, but this is a fade on a Preds team that's really just struggling to find their rhythm right now. And, you know, offensively, defensively, it's all just kind of a mess, and they can't seem to get things going. And I think this is they're going to run into a Washington train right now. And I'm not going to have a bet on the total in this game. I really did lean towards the over. It's taken some money, which maybe I'm kind of grateful for because now I think I can just stay away. I really conceptually do like the over just because of the fact that Washington can generate offense against basically anyone. I think they should have their way here and do whatever they want offensively. Nashville has been generating pretty good offense, but they're struggling to score. Like that shooting percentage will come up eventually. It has to. But like also I'm just kind of like a little bit concerned that maybe this is just sort of a one-way game and they struggle to, again, they're just snake bitten right now. When they do get stuff going, they're struggling to kind of find the back of the net. So I don't really want to bet an over until I actually see them start scoring goals. So I'm happy the over took the money and I can just sort of stay away and just cheer on the Caps here.
Fair enough. We'll lock in Capitals money line minus 118 there as our first best bet of the day. As for chat, there's not really too much about this game in particular, but a couple things in regards to the Caps and Ovi. First of all, Connor, we are all Carberry. That was one of the popular things in the chat, and I saw online there at the start of this season. Did you get yourself involved in any Spencer Carberry Coach of the Year, Jack Adams, and you think that that's something that was probably, I mean, I don't know what it's at right now personally. I can give it a look, but you think that was something that actually has some legs here this year?
So I didn't get involved. I'll start with that. I don't know what like the path to him winning it is. Like what, I guess obviously if they keep up this pace and they finish with like over 100 points or like high 90s, that's probably enough for him, I would say. I think that's good, but like if they're a wild card team, which is still very, very possible considering the division they play in with like the Devils, the Rangers, and the Canes, I don't know that he wins this because they were a wild card team last year. And granted, the point total will come up a good amount if they do finish as a wild card this year. But like, I don't know. I think they really need to do more than maybe the market is implying here because, yeah, like he didn't win it last year, and you have to improve on what they did last year, right? So like how much do they have to improve? I guess that's kind of the question. But like like you look at like a Minnesota team that, you know, didn't make the playoffs last year and struggled. They're off to a great start. Like I think John Hines is definitely that bar that he has to, you know, kind of go over is a lot lower considering what they did last year. Same thing with Sheldon Keefe and the Devils, right? If they finish like top 2 in the division, or, you know, I don't think they're going to win the division, but if they finish top 2, maybe there's a lot of guys that have like a realistic shot at it right now. So if you didn't get in on Carberry like me, I definitely wouldn't at these prices.
And the other thing that is going to be a topic all season long. Charles Ovi hitting it this year, took a prop for him before the season. I'm sure they will be reposted as he gets closer. I mean, even
How many
betting
more does he
aside,
need?
is this something you think? Let's check quickly here.
I don't have the like exact number off the top of my head. I know it was like 38 at one point.
I think it's only like 30 now.
He needed 42 goals. So what's it? He entered the season needing 42 goals. And how many does he have right now?
Ovi has
He's
this
got
season. Oh man, well, everything's popping up with
7. He's got 7. So he needs 35 right now.
There you go.
I don't think he hits it this year.
No, but he's gonna hit it early next year.
Very early next year. Yeah.
And he's hot right now. Like, it's a good start to be able to pad or put 7 under your belts early on, and then just kind of say like, all right, because last year it was like, I can't remember how many games, but it was a long time before he started getting anything going. And then obviously ramped up like kind of mid to late in the season and got it. To get these out of the way early makes it feel much more comfortable for him, I'm sure. So,
and they will do everything they can to get him there this year too, obviously. Like, he'll be on in a lot of goal scoring situations. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Next up, Red Wings, Blackhawks. Detroit. This is one I need to know what the Knish Joey Puck's bet is on, because I want to know if he's actually going to be going all in on the Red Wings here tonight. Minus 122 against the Blackhawks, plus 102 for Chicago. Over 6.5 is plus 102, minus 124 to the under. What are you on in this one, Moretto?
I am not hitting the Red Wings hard in this one. I am on the opposite side. I'm on Jordan's Hawks in this game.
There we go.
Again, just a pure fate of the Wings. The Wings, like, they've been winning some games. Granted, like, I get it. But have they looked good at any point in those games? No. And even like, despite playing, Buffalo twice, the McDavid-less Oilers, just still a good team. I mean, they played Nashville a couple times, Pittsburgh. Like, they have at no point this season have they looked good. I just cannot get on board this team. I think they are still one of the worst teams in the NHL. And Chicago, in better matchups, they look good, and they've been, they've been competent. I'll give them that. I don't want to start pumping their tires too much and saying they're a good team, obviously, but like, they've been competent, and that's all you can really ask for right now at home against a pretty, pathetic Detroit team. So I'm comfortable getting plus money here, and go Hawks.
Second best bet locked in. Let's go to third game of the night here.
I'm gonna double bet. I'm gonna double bet in this game. I have to. I just have to. Give me an under. Give me the under 6.5. There's minus 118, which is good. Otherwise, there is some like minus 125, which is whatever. I guess I would play that. But yeah, give me an under 6.5. Whatever number you give me, just give me an under 6.5. I'll do it. The Wings can't generate offense at all, like, whatsoever. They cannot get anything going right now. And Chicago has been not great defensively, but like, they've been, respectable. We'll get Mrazek in net tonight. He's been fine. Talbot's been pretty good for Detroit. I don't think this should be 6.5. I think this needs to be a 6. So this is the dreaded like 2 bets in one game. But please, one time, 3-1 Chicago. Give it to us.
There you go. I was like waiting. I just went off the game, and then I saw your face. And like, oh, here we go.
I wasn't gonna do it. I was on the fence about it, but yeah, I did bet it. So
okay, last one for real. Vegas, Edmonton. Vegas minus 102. Edmonton minus 118. 6.5 the total, plus 102 to the over, minus 124 to the under. What's the bet in this one?
So right now there's two leans, no bet currently.
Okay.
I haven't actually played it. I actually haven't played anything yet, but there's a strong lean to over 6.5 and a strong lean to Edmonton. I want to fade this Vegas team. Like, they have not looked great. I know the results have been there, and that's kind of what they do, but they really are. They don't look good. Like they're not convincing whatsoever. Yeah, sure, they beat the wheels off the Flames, and that was like one of their more impressive, XG games and stuff. But like they haven't overall been convincing whatsoever. Even winning like 5 of their last 6. So I don't see it with them right now, and I think that the schedule has been really kind to them. Obviously, just coming up, they played San Jose, they just played Calgary, they just played Utah. Like it's been relatively easy. They got caved in by the Kings. I don't see it with this Vegas team. I really do want to step in front of them with an Edmonton team that's still playing really well right now without McDavid, creating a ton of. Do you hear that? Do you hear that noise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that one. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's right outside the window.
That's loud. That one was loud.
All right. So they're still generating a ton of offense without McDavid. They look really good. Draisaitl's been playing great. Defensively, they're still pretty bad. So I think they're gonna start screaming to you hear me over this.
You're good.
They should continue to score goals against a Vegas team that's not playing great defensively. The only thing that my one hesitation here, and it's kind of stupid, but like it's the matchup. Like Vegas just seems to match up really, really well with Edmonton. And that kind of scares me a little bit because I think there is actually something to that. Sometimes teams just like stylistically match up well with another team. And I think that's the case here with Edmonton and Vegas. So that's kind of keeping me a little bit off. So maybe we'll just like stick with a half unit right now on the Oilers. But I do like this price. I do like buying them without McDavid at kind of a an undervalued number right now and getting in front of this Vegas team. And honestly, I don't think you can have a Vegas total right now at there's 6.5 plus money this should not be 6.5 plus money. So I can't believe we're about to have 5 bets maybe on a 3-game slate, but give me a half unit Oilers, half unit over.
Okay. Half unit Oilers -115. And then as that one tracks there, we will go back and we're going to get you a 6.5 plus 102 here on FanDuel for another half unit. Wow. Perfect. 5 bets all under Moretto here today.
Oh boy.
Perfect. Moretto, your kid is knocking.
This is the first day I've had in like 16 months where my wife went back to work today officially and my kids started daycare on Monday. So I have the house to myself for the full day for the first time in so long because she's been on mat leave, he's been home. I'm about to be living my best life again. I'm very excited. But I got these people here installing the siding right now in my house, so that's also
so there's no midday nap because you're gonna be laying down here boom all day.
Yeah, just right above my
head. Okay, let's go. So what we have for
I will be and pantsless soon. Everything's coming off.
Best bets for today, for what we've got. Also, by the way, shout out to you guys for yesterday. We had we finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, and 2 on the day yesterday. We have a 28% ROI on the day. Great stuff, gentlemen. Great stuff. That's awesome. For 5 bets for today on our 3 games, Caps money line -118. Detroit, Chicago, we have the under 6.5 -118. We have the Blackhawks money line +105, and then in Vegas, Edmonton, half unit on both. We have over 6.5 +102, and Oilers money line -115. Goal scorers today. I mean, it's gonna be hard for a parlay, but I saw Sam just
round robin of 3. There's 3 games. Let's get one from each game. No.
Yeah.
Do let's take
a look.
3 score round robin.
Into this.
Maybe we have a real chance to hit if we only got 3 guys too.
All right, so here's what Sam says, and there's every part of me that just wants to take everything Sam sent and just call it a day and not have to worry about anything else. McMichael, Bertuzzi, Stone, Hyman. Attached prices there, obviously. Oops, did not mean to take that off the screen. 1 second, go back. But it was McMichael, Bertuzzi, Stone, Hyman.
And has anyone else even sent anything here? Let me see.
Just one more. Kurashev goal. Top line, top power play. I mean, that is
Okay, so we could. So I mean, I'd say let's lock in McMichael and Hyman. We got bets
Okay.
on both those teams. I'm
Yeah.
good with that. And then we have to decide if we want Bertuzzi or Kurashev. I think we can't just go full Sam here. I think maybe we have to let's bring someone else in this. And
Well, Khrushchev is also the best price in market.
yeah,
Um,
340 at FanDuel, which is best number. What about
and if
Bertuzzi?
the reasoning is, well, I mean, I trust the people in the
Bertuzzi's
chat.
also
I just
best
want
price in market at FanDuel.
Okay. Okay, so let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, he's playing first line with Bedard. He is, and then he's on that. I don't see him on first power play, but maybe that just hasn't adjusted. But
Let's do it.
yeah, Khrushchev.
Yeah, Brady to Chuck.
Shut up,
What are we doing here,
man? Okay, Khrushchev. There you go. Those are the three. So, Khrushchev. Sorry, I'm just trying to find these, navigate through FanDuel. There we go. All right. Here's our three. Hyman, plus 140. McMichael, plus 290. Khrushchev, plus 340. Those are the three.
This is the night.
This is the night. 3 for 3. This is the one.
5-0 on sides and totals, 3-0 on goal scorers.
Yeah. And quick recap of what those 5-0 will be tonight. Caps money line minus 118. Detroit, Chicago under 6.5 minus 118. Hawks money line plus 105. And finally, for a half unit on both sides, Vegas Edmonton over 6.5 plus 102. And Oilers money line minus 115. Those are all of our plays. Thanks so much to everyone who tuned in. Short show today, but only 3 games on the schedule. So get in, get out. That's how we do this one. Help Moretto get to his couch with no pants sooner rather than later. So enjoy your day, Moretto. Everyone else in the chat, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe here to the channel. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. More picks and previews. We appreciate all the support. We'll see you guys then. Enjoy the games tonight. Good luck in your bets.